be live now. Luna, what's going on, sugar? She's been kind of needy today. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I had to switch over to this new one because for some reason it wasn't picking up the webcam. So I had to get out and go back in because it wouldn't let me change the camera angle. So yeah, like it wouldn't let me choose a different camera. Luna, what are you doing, sugar? All right, so we're good. Can everybody hear me? I'm going to go ahead and put y'all this way here in a second so you can see what I am doing. Okay, there you go. That's better. All right, so hi, Lynette. Hello, hello. Okay. The other one went. Oh, I couldn't get it to switch over to the webcam. I kept trying to do some other application. Luna, no, no. She knocked the lights out earlier too, so I have to make sure she doesn't do that. Okay, so let me see if I can go to the real fast because I had actually several people in the other thing waiting, and I'm like, oh darn. So let me see what I can do. Go back to Facebook. Hey, sugar. I'm going to be making a modified Aries. So it's very simple, not too much, not too much of a modification. It's just doing the zip top across one type than it is to do it like the two. Luna, baby, what are you doing? Hi. Hi. So I love this design. And so I lasered it on using my X tool. The M1 Ultra. It's really awesome. It does everything. It does everything. Okay. Let's see here. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. You're so silly. Okay. Okay, Luna. Okay. Oh, Lordy. She is feisty today. Okay, baby. Step back so you don't hurt yourself, honey. Thank you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. No. 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 We're not eating my teeth. Here you go. Here. Go get the Go get the bunnies. No. Go get the bunny. All right, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. It's you and me. We got this. All right. So, modified Aries. I had to switch over here because the other one like wouldn't let me do. It wouldn't let me pick this webcam. So, and I found that Luna, no ma'am. I found that the webcam actually does a better job with audio with everything versus my phone. Even with AirPods or Bluetooth speakers and all that kind of stuff, it still does it. Baby, you need to get back. Okay. So all I did was just do the front and back of the Aries. I did the little front panel, the little top of the lining. I didn't cut any of the lining pieces out because I'm still kind of like working through that. Yeah, and I just wanted to have like a little handle at the top, so it's putting like a little handle that goes to it. Super cute. I think my mind is saying it's cute. I don't know. I'm just working through it. I'm just Eyes has made it. Oh, yay, Georgia. That's awesome. Now if I can get Monica to come on, because she goes to sleep at 8 o'clock every day now. Hello, House of Stitches. Okay, so I'm just doing a modified area. Hey, baby. Let me see. You want to give me the bunny? Hi, Patty. I am so sorry, Patty, that you had such a hard time finding me again. Yeah, so I was supposed to do this at 2 o'clock today, and I just wasn't feeling very well. I've been kind of like, I guess I'm having a relapse of like vertigo or something. I used to get it all the time, a few years ago, and I haven't had it in a while. So it kind of took me off um, kilter a little bit. Oh, thank you. I love my machine. She is gorgeous. It it was definitely a very fun day. Well, it was more like 3 days because I had to do every color individually and tape between and all that stuff. So it took 3 days. I'm not gonna lie. It took 3 days just to paint this bad boy, but she was out of the table for 2 weeks. Oh yay! Was it hard? It wasn't hard. It was just more time consuming. The taping the taping is what takes the most time. And this thing is heavy. So because it is so heavy, my daughter and I both had to like hold it and take it to put it on and off. So hey baby. So I was lucky. I was lucky. No, I didn't sand it. The spray paint that I use has primer in it, so it's got like a primer base to it. And because this spray paint is like it's specifically for metal, like outdoor metal, um, then I just did right on over it, and it was fine. I want to do mine, but I want it with airbrush, different colors. I don't have the talent to do airbrushing, or else I probably would have. Um, I was so hoping that I can convince my niece Lily to come and write like in graffiti almost like the shorty sews. That would have been really cute because that's now what I'm going towards. So if you're new here, thank you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and in the comments later on, let me know where you're from. Okay, so I started teaching classes about 8 years ago in person. So my studio closed 2 weeks ago. So now I'm trying to, I guess, find my new niche and way in when it comes to my sewing profile and all that kind of stuff. So shorty sews kind of works out for me. Oh, hi, Melissa. So yeah. So if I'm looking down like this, I'm looking at the camera. I mean the comments, and then you're the camera. Or are you? Or are you the camera? You can't handle the camera. Luna's like, what? Hey, sugar, where's your bunny? Okay, so I'm literally like just hosh boshing this together right now. It's in my brain. I can't think of anything else. I am making a modified Aries. So, yeah. Hey, babies. No, you can't have that. No, no, no. Ah, 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 ah. Back, back. She's been obsessed with this bowl. Like, I got this bowl. Well, my daughter got it for me. She showed me a picture of like a really interesting booth at the Spot Festival here in Hampstead. And she's like, "Oh, this thing is really cool stuff." And so she sent it to me, so I had her FaceTime me. I was like, "Oh, I love this thing." I still haven't put anything in it yet. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. If I put pins in it, then it covers this part, but it looks, I don't know. I'm overthinking it. Don't worry about me. Okay. All right. So 30 minutes in, and I have stopped talking. Woohoo! All right. So I'm just doing the handle part. Like I just wanted to modify it to have more of a handle style. Use it. Huh? Use it to hold your hardware for. That's good idea, Patty. It took me a second there. Don't worry about me. My brain has been like, it feels like it's gone through a washer. You know, I'm now in the drawing stage where it's a low tumble. I don't know where I get this stuff from. Don't worry about me. But this today is like, I'm literally just throwing this together. So in my mind, it works, but we'll see. We shall see. Love your shirt. Oh, thank you. Hi, Barb. I love this shirt. It's very fancy. But I love it because it's got like all cool sayings on it, like, I don't know, love, give, respect, like all kind of, you know, positive affirmations in words. And I love this little cutout. Okay. So now I gotta determine like which one do I want the fronts, because they both look good. Look at the stitches. Oh my god, Becky, look at her stitches. Yes, that's the kind of sense of humor I have these days. Where did I put it? Luna, what are you doing, sweetheart? She's probably got my son's shoe. Luna? No, I see it behind me. She's having a blast. You have yet to make an Aries, but have the pattern. So are you in your home studio? Yes, I am in my home studio now. Yes, yes, yes. So this being my new, it is a mess. It really is, Barb. It's really a mess. But luckily, it's like a 12 by 20 room. So it's a decent sized room, really. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Got my X tool over here, got my printer over there. Over behind me is like bulk inventory. And then on the other side is like where I have like individual smaller quantities. Luna, what's going on, sweetheart? You don't have the pattern yet? It's a very good pattern. It's very informative. Shannon does a really good job of teaching technique with the pattern. So she'll take the extra time to show you how to do things like pulling the threads from the back to the front and tying them off, and how to reduce bulk in your seam allowances and things like that. So she's really good about that. Back up. Back. Thank you. So the pattern for its pattern pieces is amazing, but for the actual like instructional knowledge in it is really cool. So, it's like howling out there, like the wind is blowing, and she's looking out like, what's up there? Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see her. She's like right over there. You can barely see her. Where am I from? I am from. Um, I'm now in South. I'm in North Carolina. Excuse me. I'm right now in North Carolina. I came from Florida, in way of Puerto Rico, in way of New York. But most of my life has been lived in Fort Myers, Florida, and I now am in Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay. All right, that's pretty cool. Mama. So the idea is for me to Luna, come here, baby. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. From Alaska? Oh wow. Oh, hold on just a second. Oh my god. She usually is not this loud. Luna, come. Come. Good girl. All right. You're fine. You're fine. Yes, you are. You're fine. Okay. Sorry about that. So the idea is for it to go like this. No, baby, no. And it's gonna get sewn in right there and then riveted. I gotta make this part a little longer, so I'm probably gonna cut into it more. But like I said, I'm really like making this up as I go. This is how I work. So it was just gonna. The idea is for it to go like this, get riveted in, and then this portion here is gonna go through this connector, like that, and then this is gonna go on the body of the bag. Yeah, that's what it looks like in my head. Like in my head, that's what it looks like. Okay. That's a good idea, Patty. I'm gonna actually like put all the stuff that I do currently have for hardware right there. Okay, and so I haven't done the edge painting on these yet. I wanted to kind of do one like in person on live. Okay, I'm gonna be using this navy blue. It's a very dark, beautiful blue. And I get my edge paint, the paint itself, from Mojo Sews, and the little holder is the holder that I use because it's my favorite. Keeps it, it keeps it nice and sealed and airtight, and it's got a little wand. So I put the base coat first, and then so I did 2 coats of base coat, which is what you get with Mojo Sews. You get a base coat. You kind of get a starter kit: base coat, main color, and then top coat. So it's a lot like painting your nail, where it's like, okay, you want to make sure everything looks good. First coat, second coat, third coat, kind of thing. Okay, so that's literally what I do. Is I just go through and brush on the paint. So these pattern pieces I cut with my laser because I was like, so this is not just regular um, vinyl, like regular just bag making vinyl. It is different in its weight. It's more considered a leatherette. And what that means is that it can be engraved. It usually has I wouldn't say thicker, just more structured um, feel to it. So let's just kind of have it. Okay. So this is the leatherette, and I was able to engrave this on the X tool, and then I had it cut out the pattern pieces, which was really awesome. So this, because it's leatherette, it doesn't um, expose any of those toxic fumes and stuff like that. Yep, laserable leather. Yep, it's a laserette leather. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have about 40 sheets. 10 of those sheets is just a very like a sample set that they sent me, and then the other ones were ones that I actually really liked a lot, so I ordered those in bulk. Only found the stiffer stuff I've used for bag tags. Yes, I know. So this one right here is like, got a very good hand to it. But then this one here is a little stiffer, but it's still, yeah. So, yep, I thought it was cool. Um, those are one of those things that I started doing before I pretty much like confirmed in my mind of okay, I'm closing the studio. Um, so it's kind of slipped through the cracks in me putting things up. I don't know which one I just did, but they both look good. I think I did one earlier and then I just did the other one and it's almost dry. Okay. Um, before I was like, oh, yep, getting closed. So those are one of those things that I've got to put on the website along with um, along with the minus. Oh, zipper tape. I have this new zipper tape. I've got new webbings and everything that are just not on the website yet, but I've been slacking. It's taken me a few minutes to kind of mentally be like, okay, that's done. Now let's see what I can continue doing, kind of thing. It's been a little bit of a process, but still awesome. Okay, so what I'm thinking with this here is I want it to be almost like exposed, right, kind of thing. And this uses it to kind of go in there and like, I know this sounds crazy, almost like a drop-in lining, but with vinyl that has exposed edges. This what my mind is thinking. So, like I said, we'll go through with it and see what happens. Okay, let's put these two together because then I can do the exterior, and then from there I can go. Okay, that's what I kind of want it to look like. Now let's do the guts. But some of it is a little slippery, so you gotta use clips or something. This one's a little slippery. This one is not slippery. It's more like a leather texture. And this is almost like a patent leather texture. You know, like a, I don't know, I think of like patent leather shoes. Like they're shiny and polished. You know, where's the skate? Where's the Okay, so I've done that. Okay, open it up. Flip it over. I don't want to knock all this stuff in. Top stitch. Again. House of Stitches is hi, Brittany. Oh, Brittany's here? There's a lot of different Brittany's though. Which Brittany? There's a couple of Brittany's. Okay, so do that, do that, do that. This side. This one. Do the back first. Just as a mark my centers. The great thing about the laser with the laserette is it literally just like seals the edge. It's like almost like burning the edge, but it just like seals it, and it's really cool because when I do the edge painting, it goes on much faster. Imperium! Imperium, Brittany! Hello. Is your class coming up this weekend at the whatever studios? It either just happened this past weekend. Can't remember. Time is just like It's just I don't know what's going on with time. It keeps going. Trying to remember if I did the right seam allowance. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Looks like it. Her gusset math is usually pretty spot on. Yep. You see I'm like pushing that down like that? This is how I tell my students, like, to make this kind of look when you're doing like a breast dart or princess dart. You have to kind of like really make sure that when it's on the curve, everything goes where it needs to go, and then I flip it. So very rarely do I actually like snip into it unless it's a very, very tight squeeze. And the vinyl's like very stiff, like it's just like a board almost, then that's when I snip into it. But most of the time these vinyls are usually um, really good about being flexible. And even if you're using a industrial sewing machine, if you keep the stabilizer or anything like that out of the seam allowance, even though you can go through it, it just helps kind of like easing everything in. That's actually what they call it. They call it easing it in. It's so funny how in my mind I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I made it funny. Uh-huh. Okay. Right. That's what I do it like that. And most of the time it's really the tighter one or the less amount of fabric is on the bottom, and when I pull up like that, then the excess kind of just flows where it needs to go. Pretty much the best way I can explain it. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I like to sew with the baggier part or the larger part um, against the feed dogs because it kind of helps draw it all in. And then the part where I need to like stretch a little bit to fit into the extra fabric on top. It's just my personal preference. With clothes, bags, which either. Okay, so put my clips on wrong, so that's fine. I was like, wait a minute, what did I do? That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up, and under at the top is where I kind of pull on it if I need to because it has have a little extra stretch in comparison to the bottom. That's how I kind of do that. I kind of do that with this hand over here. Then, if you have a stiletto or something, screwdriver, stiletto, anything like that, and you kind of hold it down and bring it along. Luna. No, ma'am. Step back. Luna. So I can't do it with vinyl, but I can do it with like regular fabric, where I can take things and from dart from like notch to notch and just do all of the easing with my hands without using any clips or pins. But that's only with regular fabric or garment kind of stuff because bags are different. Hey, baby, no, no. Hey, back up, back. Thank you. Okay. So this is going to be so awesome. Look at that. Let me keep pushing this out. Let's see how I don't know, but you see how this a nice curve right there? That's kind of like how it helps me just like know whether it's doing it right or not. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, see that right there? Turned out really good. Okay, good. Okay, so now what I like to do is top stitch right along here. It just gives it that feel like, I don't know, like leather. You know, when there's extra stitching in leather. At least that's what I have found. And really, you could do it either way. You could do it towards, you could do it either way. I'm trying to think like if I butterfly the seam, then that might be the best because it will really look like it's like a saddle stitch kind of situation. Let's go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I'll punch a bunch of holes in it. Like, yeah, punch a bunch of holes in it. Bunch of holes that will not go away. No pressure. Okay. So I'm going to go in here and still continue to split it. Just make sure it's split. Even with that seam. Which I think is going to be the hardest part when it comes to sewing over it if you're doing it with a domestic. But this may not even be part of the pattern. Like I said, it's modified a lot. Because I'm just using the pieces and creating my own like alterations in the line as I go. Oh, that looks so nice. Ooh, I can't wait to show you. Luna's like sitting like right behind my chair. I don't think you guys can see her, but she's like literally, I cannot roll backwards right at her. It's her bedtime. Is it? Did it say it's 8:30 or 9:30? I can't see. Okay. And I started at 8, right? Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had my mental time clock. This is when you have to really concentrate. You gotta go. This is the part where I would tell my students to breathe. It's 8:30 at your time. Thank you, Melissa. Because I was like, I don't know what time it is. Like, I see it, but I don't see the time, if that makes sense. The laptop's a little far away. And I would have used my tablet, but it's dead. Because I wanted to use it. So I was like, sure, honey. Now it's dead. Okay, again. Read and concentrate. Like, breathe and concentrate. Oh, goodness. Oh, like, this seems too easy. Yes, because it's split. So, right here, it no longer is like tucked in. So, I can leave it like that, but it will just drive me crazy. Okay. The thing is, it's only like 10 stitches. So I'm just going to pull my seams. This is what happens when I get spoiled. And I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, my tool. What's that? Spoiled. All right. Okay, so now that I've unstitched to there, then just go to that part right there. I'm going to draw this one to the back. Just like that. I'm not going to tie it off because I'm actually going to start stitching a little bit before here and then go. That kind of acts like a back stitch, but I can control where it goes. So yeah. Down. I want to make sure I'm tucking the seam allowance towards the inside. Okay. And be very careful. Okay, let's go. Once you get to the straightaway, it makes it so much faster. It's easier to keep the seam allowance open. So cool. These colors almost remind me of like Marvel, like the Miss Marvel kind of thing. The colors. I don't know. Sierra picked the colors. I told her, I said, pick 2 colors. And so these are the 2 she picked. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry. That's some sexy stitches right there. Oh my gosh, it looks really good. Yay. Okay. Sorry about me, guys. I will survive. So leave those kind of long. Doesn't hurt anybody. As long as it doesn't get on the exterior. So there's some trash. Okay. I mean that. Okay. So let me trace this piece on here. I did this on the laser, so I don't have the pattern pieces. I just did it all on the laser. So like with the lining, I couldn't do that on the laser. So I was like, oh, it's all right. I'll just put it on top. Everything looks good. So keep it moving. Okay. Perfect. Just like that. Okay. So we just need 2 pieces of this. So that will be the lining. Handy dandy working tool. I was gonna call this thing backpack. Like, backpack. I need my working tool. Backpack. Photos. My daughter and I were talking about Dora the Explorer the other day. That was our jam. We loved Dora the Explorer. And then when the live action came out, she's like, I'm not gonna watch that. And I'm like, you have to. And then we watched it and she's like, okay, that was over it. And she's like, yep, it was worth it. It's like, I know, right? Yes. I was like, okay. But that's what it reminded me of. It's like trying to tell myself in my mind, like, what am I getting and what is it for, kind of thing. Okay, so I'm just pinning this down just so that I can cut it without it shifting. This fabric does shift. It's kind of shifty. But oh. I know I'm going that way. Okay. We'll hold that there. Stay there. All right. Good. Okay. Let's keep cutting this out. Like I said, this was all last minute, like me putting it together in my mind. I started it yesterday, but like that's why I didn't know which lining and all that stuff I was gonna do. So I gotta feel it out after I see it all like put together. Okay, so that's there, and then I'm trying to figure out like how I'm gonna do this part here. I got an idea. I have an idea. Okay, so we're gonna put this like this on the folds. This down. Lots of unfold. Huh. I'm gonna need to cut some off anyway for the top piece. Okay. Where is it? Ah, one of my glitter rulers. Okay. Here's my glitter rulers. They're the best. Okay. There we go. There's a guest piece. This is when my genius, crazy mind is. It's like I don't write any of this stuff down because I'm just like literally winging it at the moment, and then things turn out really good, and then I'm like, but try to recreate it. I'm like, I can't. Why? Because I don't remember what I did. Really, just like it was just off memory. So yeah, that's what I'm like. It's just part of the creative process. Okay, so I did that. So I have that done. Okay. Then now I can just cut off what that's going to be, so it's the same distance. Okay. Oh, oh. Okay, so now I can put that there, and I can put this together. Okay, that. I've got my other lining pieces over here. Awesome, so that goes with this. Perfect, so that's the lining. This is the exterior. And mine is telling me I'm missing something. Oh, yes. The little pockets. I'm going to need fabric for the pocket in there too. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so but that's for the lining. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, I need to double check. Okay, right there. Okay, so that's going to be part of the exterior. This is going to be part of the lining. So this is going to be part of the lining. This I'm not quite confident yet. This is the strap. Super end. Okay. Alright, let's put this together. Isn't that design super cute? She loves like medieval dragons and fantasy lands and stuff like that. So, and reading. Reading's her thing. Sewing is mine. Reading is hers. Dwight Jr.'s swimming. She is enjoying herself. She has a good book on her downtime, and then when she's not on downtime and she's working or whatever, baking. Baking's her thing. Okay, so this will be a really cute gift. This is a quick in out kind of cane bag. Because oh, the wonderful things because yes, Wizard of Oz. And I tell everybody, you gotta do the face. If you don't do the face, it doesn't work. You go. Oh, yay. She got good. Yeah, that's good. Well, hello. I'm still here, just sewing and listening. Oh, good. Oh, goodness. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I do, but I get into it. I really get into my sewing. I really do. I like sharing that. I do. I do like sharing it. I feel kind of like weird, like doing this and then seeing myself over there. I feel like I'm in some kind of like poker tournament. Why? I don't know. Why my mind thinks poker tournament? I don't know. Which is like, I don't know. I just like feel like Vegas slash tournament kind of thing. I'm like, okay. All right. So now I need to yep, baggy side down. I did it again. Put some backwards. And I had to told myself, double check that you're putting them all the right way. What can we do? Ooh, wait. Okay. Breathe, Slender, breathe. Oh, I just breathe. You better not be out of bobbin. Oh, I bet. Oh, don't even try me. Don't do not try me on a curve. Ooh, wait, okay. looks like I have a tiny little pinch there, so I'm probably gonna have to take that out because I see kind of swooped in. So it's a bit of a pinch right there. So I'm gonna take some stitches out. That's when I started panicking about being out of bobbin. I was like, oh. Let's see if I can just good. It's looking good. Okay. Okay. Now this way. And this way. Perfect. So then that way I should be the right direction now. Perfect. Oh, that was perfect. That was worth it. Just to go back and do that one little part. Yeah, that was so worth it. No more pucker. Yep. That was a good call. Okay. That there. I have it here. Okay, so let's do the top stitching. So let's do top stitching. We'll do the red part first, and then do the blue one. So I think the red one was the one that gave me the hiccup last time. Oh, I don't have any bobbin left. Oh, that was cool. That was good. That was good. That was so good. I have a bobbin angel out there for sure. Okay. Something buzzed in my ear. Wait, no. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting the notifications now, but it's very interesting. Okay. So let's do that. Bobbin in. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's keep that seam allowance butterflied open. That really should make a difference too in how we can kind of make waves on the exterior. I have found in my experience in garment making and bag making, anything really, that extra load, 10% at the end and or foresight to do it before the end kind of thing. I think that's what really makes like leather work really like interesting. Because it's kind of like it kind of goes across different sewing mediums. But butterfly seam, they just make sure everything's laying properly. Okay. Continue to butterfly that seam. And this is still butterflying. Whew, okay. Like my fingers are cramping. I can get a workout just sewing sometimes. Just letting y'all know. Sometimes I be getting those really big quilts. So it's like a king size quilt, and I'm like having like hollow around and everything. And, whew, I do that because it's like I have to like do the stitching in the ditch kind of thing, and that doesn't just naturally go. You have to help it along, and whew, the weight of that thing. Okay, just one more side to butterfly, and then it should be good. Yeah, and that blue side should be a lot easier than the red side. So it should just lay nice. Oh, much better. If you keep seeing me watch over here, it's just because I'm looking out for a comment. If you see me popping over there every so often, that's what it is. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's question or anything. Or comment. Okay, so now that that's nice and butterflied. Oh, so much better. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this right side out so you guys can see what I mean about it just giving the extra. You know, it's just like kind of like with boning with, you know, a dress or like a corset or bone in inside of a dress itself, and it's not a separate type of thing. Like it's in the dress type of situation. That's kind of how I feel about that top stitching like that. It just makes it, for me, give it some structure without having to have a lot of interfacing. I have no interfacing in this. This is just the leatherette. Not too shabby for just the leatherette. That's perfect way it lands right there. Like it's actually like if it's on the books are on a shelf. Yeah, that turned out really cool. That was good. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. And then now I'm going to do the lining pieces. I'm going to turn my heat press on. And I kind of think this would be kind of cute to go on the inside of the pocket. What do you think? I can't really ask her because she's probably in bed. Get ready for our trip to Florida. What did I just do with it? I just had it. Ah, here it is. Okay. It sounds like an airplane's about to take off. Georgia, I never noticed that the first version of the HT Rod actually made like that takeoff noise until I saw your video about the second one. And I'm like, really? I've never heard mine do that. Now ever since I hear every time. I was like, well, I guess. Okay, so that's there, that's there. Just trying to figure out, so what kind of zipper pull do I want for the inside? Just a simple antique brass. I don't think I have one over here though. Let me go get one. I'm trying out the stuff all over. Okay. Those are my daughter's chocolate chip cookies. Delicious. I don't know what I did with the lighter, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna put the tape to just kind of get a little bit heated so that it kind of relaxes a little bit before I do the next part. Okay. Yeah. See that? So much better. Like this is when you can really like just make sure it's nice and straight. If it's gonna have a curve in whatever application it's gonna be on, I kind of like to have a little bit of a flip up on it, almost like curling your hair, um, so that it has that natural curve to it. But it's gonna be straight, so I'm just gonna leave it straight. It's just a pocket piece. Okay. Before I put the zipper pull on, I'll actually just put these pieces together. So pretty side to wrong side. So what that means is that I'm lining up. This is face up and this is face up. So both of them are face up. And this is just my preference for an interior zipper pocket. Unless it has to be hidden, I like to do it with the facing. But if it's something that kind of has to be like incognito type of thing, then I would do it the other way. But it's just my preference. I like to kind of keep pressing at each seam. It really does help with the final product just kind of laying, settling what needs to. It takes extra time, but if I'm gonna make something for my daughter, I might as well take the time to do it. I kind of feel like saying, we have reached cruising altitude. Now that it's not, I won't. Oh, someone is texting me. Okay, so like that, like this. Okay. Okay. Keep that there. Check my message. My husband reminding me about my son's iPad. Make sure I don't forget it tomorrow. Okay, so that's nice and done. So this part here, I'm just gonna like leave over here, but not put it underneath all the way, just so that it stays flat. All right, but then now I need to go my lining pieces and put my pocket piece. I'm gonna say this is the right side. You can really do it either way, but I like having the textured side up. And just so that I can make sure I have it centered. So my favorite way to do it is find centered with anything. And that would equal to keep being centered. Hopefully. If I mark my center right, because sometimes I don't do that right. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'm finally starting to grow my nails back after all the yard work last week and the weekend before that. Like this one was like practically non-existent. It was something. It was very interesting. Second, I felt like they're doing something. So, yeah, it's good. Okay, I like that. I like it. I think it's cute. Okay. This chair is so squeaky. I need some WD-40. It's so squeaky. Oh, it looks like it's so squeaky. Hold on. I'm gonna put a little fabric tag in there that says, "You look really pretty today." Okay, so put that right under here. Yeah, this chair's like so squeaky. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on with it being so squeaky. I'm gonna go too far. Okay. Okay, that's there. All right. The good thing is I really don't have very much more to go, but it's just that extra little details here and there. And I haven't really figured out what I want to have my maybe just one compartment or recessed in. I don't know if I want it recessed in or not. That's my biggest thing. It's a zipper on the top, is what I'm thinking in my mind. because the original Aries pattern has a double pocket and like a double zip, and then on the inside it has a snap. It's really cool. I'm just trying to remember how it was all put together. Not that I'm doing that right now, but it's just ingenious how it kind of came together. Okay, so now all I need to do is cut out the whole. So this kind of. I don't know what else is bringing in, but it's very interesting. Just keeps pinging on my ear. Like little notifications. There's nothing there. Nothing new. All right. Okay. I'm trying to get really close to this edges without cutting the vinyl. Because I don't want any of that peeking through on this side. It looks awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down. Oh, that's gonna be gorgeous. Beautiful. I did forget. I could have caught me, but didn't forget. Not this time. Ooh, there's been plenty of times though that I forget. I'm like, oh no. It's usually like as I'm taking the last stitch kind of thing. And then I'm like, really? Like I couldn't have had this revelation like 2 minutes earlier. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Why? Why do you do this to me? Okay. It's literally off by like 1 tooth. It's driving me crazy. Not that many. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm looking in, I'm looking like at the barrel, like where it goes inside, just to make sure it all meets together. It's kind of hard to describe it with a telescope kind of magnifying glass. I don't have that kind of technology. Just enough so that I can cover. But not too much that's like keeping it all completely stuck on if I have to move just a little bit of it. Sometimes I gotta just make small adjustments. back. Oh, it looks awesome. This one, tape. There we go. Yes. So that looks really good. Okay, well, let's just this whole thing, like the most time consuming parts are it's like the little details. Really. But those details make a big difference. Really, they do. My daughter made my husband a wallet um, for Father's Day, and we had to. She wanted to have it hand dyed a specific color, so we literally found the hand dye. We cut it all out, cleaned the leather, made it, all kinds of stuff, and then we she hand dyed it, and then hand dyed it, and then did the patina thing over it. Like those extra details, he gets compliments on that wallet. It was really nice. She hand stitched it. Really pretty. I did do the punch, the holes for her, but she did all the hand stitches. It turned out really nice. Okay. It's 15 minutes already. It has an auto shut off and it's telling me it's not shut off. Which is fine because I don't think I need it for anything else. Okay. So there's that. I did record the process of me doing the engravement on the front panel. I did do that. I just have to upload it to my editing software. No, it's already on the laptop, but so edit it, so you could speed through it because it took 45 minutes to engrave and cut that thing. So yeah, it's probably better that I fast forward through that portion of it, but explaining it and so on, that's pretty helpful. So do that. And you guys can see the process. Okay. there's that. I don't want to use that for anything really. Okay, so we've got the front, we've got the back. Okay, so then this. My mind just went, oh. Because this is supposed to be like the top for up here. Now my mind is thinking like, I'm okay, so what am I gonna do? So for the finish, instead of having a drop-in recess zipper, I could just have the zipper on the top. Which will then make it so that I don't have to do fly edges. Like continue with the whole. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Go with me. Just think with me. Okay. So for this here, I'm just gonna line it up, and I'm going to actually cut right about there amount of it. Now, so not quite the entire length of it, but just enough so that I can, I don't lose the amount between the zipper thing that I just did lining. No, that's not a lining. What is that? Overlay. So that I don't lose so much distance between the overlay and the top of the bag. So, yep, no big deal. Fix it. I'm gonna fix it as I go. It's how sometimes when my ingeniously works out problems. Like I resolve them in my head. Like, oh yeah. So move the entire box. Okay. For a second, I'm just gonna use my razor cutter to cut this. The thing is, I found my lighter. Okay. Oops, so sorry, baby. Okay. So I just cut off. It's indeed. Don't know exact measurement. Just a little bit. Okay. So we got that. Joining stitch. This chair is gonna dry. And you're probably wondering why. Well, very easily. But every time I sit, I need to specifically pick which way. Like anytime I move, it sounds like a lot of gas. It's so annoying. Very annoying. I'm gonna get blamed for it. I might as well do it. But I'm not. It's just a chair. But it's very comfortable. It's just noisy. Some background music or something. Okay. on those. Just some kind of like affy pop-up thing or something. I'm just trying to make it go away so I can see comments. Alrighty. Okay. Let's open. Yeah, I want to butterfly mine open like I did before. I'm just trying to think like I want to stay consistent to what I'm doing. So might as well stay consistent. Even though it's the lining. Just because the overlay looks like it's double, like it's a double stitch. That is really pretty. I love those colors. Love, 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 love those colors. Oh, that is so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Forgot. Let's just leave that open. All right, I got a little close, but you know, next time I'll learn a little bit better. Okay, so it's not as pretty. So I had to swoop up really close right there because of the overlay, but it turned out really pretty. It's pretty. Okay. So now since I did that, I have one of two options. I can have it that it is. No, I have to do it charting out methods have to open this up. Was trying to not do a broken method, but I have to. Like, it literally goes through all the steps in my mind before I like decide which way it has to go. And I'll try it, you know, any other way that I can, but I'm like, no, I don't see the plausibility of it. Would actually work. Good. That's good. Okay. So now we need to do our gusset, our line gussets. So now we're gonna cut this open. Well, not cut it open, butterfly it so I can do my same stitching. This time, this side's gonna I'm just chain stitching it, just so I'm not using as much of my bobbin thread. It actually makes a difference in how much bobbin thread you use. It's an extra like 3 or 4 inches every time you try to put it on and off. That's significant. It can add up for sure. Okay, so that's this direction. Like this. So then that way, trim this up, it's even. You gotta really concentrate and hold it off a certain way. Think about it. Abbrate. Dropped it. Fabulous. Look up for a second. Okay. So now we are going to do the same thing we did before and put our gusset onto our lining pieces. Lining gussets to our lining front and back. It's the same. Across the way it should be the opening. So I'll do this one first. Okay. I like to have my opening being on the opposite side of where the pocket's going to be, just because it's easier for me to reach through, grab the other side, pull that through without pulling this side, closing it, and it just comes out better for me. So I was just mentally going through, okay, if I want this to be opposite, I want it to be at least one side completely done before I leave my. That's what my mind was like. Okay. Before I do that, I have to do my zipper. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. All right. Back up a little bit here. Okay. All right. So I was like, wait a second, I'm missing something. That makes a big difference. Oh, so I'm gonna need my heat on again. I like to make it at least 2 inches longer than what I think it should be, because I could always take it away, but I can't add it back on. So that's what I like to do, is just make sure. She's getting sleepy. Well, I wait for that. I'll go ahead and do my top stitching around here. This one looks good. So that's speed it up. Looks so cute. This last one, and we're done with our top stitching right now. Good. Well, that turned out pretty cute. Really cool. Okay. So now while it's hot, I'm going to give it the same shape. Okay. All right, so what I also like to do is make sure that I have starting off points and then like points where I know it matches up because I will be splitting. I will be splitting this. Okay, and then measuring tool. Again, this is just for the distance to be equal so that when I do my 45-degree angle, it's really well. My daughter forgot my hair bonnet. Just staying at grandma's. They're gonna pick up the rental and then come pick me up. Because I'm gonna take Luna to the doggy daycare boarding place. Yeah, she's gonna get boarded for a few days. We're gonna go to Florida, Christmas dinner, and then so it's like community service, Christmas dinner, get together kind of thing, and then we come right back. So like all together, 3 days for the event, but with traveling, it's like 5. We're driving to and from. Okay. Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay. Oof. That caught my breath for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what? All right. So now I'm gonna just split it. So the zipper's on. Everything's good. So when I do the top of it and then I pull it out, everything's gonna be together. The only difference is instead of making like a traditional like book spine zipper pouch type of insertion, it's more like you drop the fabric, the lining into a sew at the top and pop it open kind of thing because it's got a separate zipper. Okay, so this is the one I have to do first. We established that already. Oh, that turned out perfect. Oh goodness, that lined up perfectly right there, and I just eyeball that. I was like, okay, we'll do this. All right, so the lining is going to be a lot tighter, but that's not a bad thing. But the good thing is I can use pins. No, I can use pins. Just go like that. And this is like when you see the illustration of like 1,000 pins sticking out of like 2 inches worth of fabric. Yeah, this is when you're like really overkill because it makes a difference and keeping it nice and tight without having to snip into it as much. Okay. And no one ever said you couldn't do a dart right there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the dart. I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm gonna do the dart. It's like it's the same feel, but it's just not as like down and out kind of thing. I don't know explain it, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take this guy and put it in there and just clip it together so that hopefully I don't catch my zipper into the seam because that's not very good. I'm not usually very happy when that happens. I get very upset. Like, how dare it? Trying to get this just right before I then start pinning the mess out of it. Yeah, there we go. Pins hold things very well. Like if you're using vinyl, obviously you can't really pin stuff because it will leave a hole. So because of that, I pretty much just use clips in that instance. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that direction. Try to make sure I have the pleat going in the same direction. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. This side up. And we do not sew over pedestrians, is what I call pins. We don't sew over them. It's very important you not sew over any pins. It could be quite tempting. Don't do it. Don't be tempted by the dark light. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, let me see how it looks. Okay, I shifted just a tiny bit. So right here, it shifted a little bit. So I could take this portion out and stretch it up, just so that it lined up there, or I could just leave it because everything else looks good and it fits. So I think I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right, so let's do the other side. Now this other side is the side that I will be leaving a large portion open so I can turn it out. So just keep things together. We go like that. Here, clip that. As soon as it starts pulling out, I'm going to clip that. So that's going to be my opening. And then from the curve out to the top is where I'm going to be easing it all up. You go down there and not hopefully get caught in the seam allowance. Please, please, please. Do not get caught in the seam allowance. Please, 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 please. Put this one here so hopefully it doesn't shift. Okay. So from there to there. So from there to there. I will give you a marker so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So from here to here is where I'm leaving it open. Late night selling, hey? Yep. Yep. I started at 8 after I dropped the kids off at Grandma's house. We're getting ready for our trip down to Florida. And Grandma usually has some stuff for them there that they have to take with them. So for me, it just made it easier to have that be their starting off point kind of thing. And I've got to take Luna to the doggy daycare for the boarding tomorrow morning. So it will just make it easier also if I could just get there and get that done early. So kiddos are with grandma and daddy. Okay. Now I'm gonna start right over here. Whew. Okay, I can breathe now. I was holding my breath on that one. I really was. I was holding my breath. Let's make it some more water. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, so now we have the lining, and we have the exterior. Yay. Okay. So I like to personally put the exterior pretty side out into the lining, wrong side out. If that makes sense. So I like to just take this and put it this one inside this one. just how hopefully that makes sense. So the exterior right out inside the lining. That's how I like to do it. Okay. So now I'm going to line up my side seams right here. See that? Now, technically right in here, I could do that saddle stitch, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to open it with the seams out, and then just pop that down in there. Make these open. Okay. Luna is sleeping on top of my shoes. Okay, so then lining up the center to the center. That is just hilarious. So she's just sitting in there. Sitting on my shoes. Alright, so, well, she's sleeping on my shoes. Not sitting on them. Okay, just getting really good in there and making sure I'm taking my time to really make sure everything is fitting. Everything's nice. And it's also pretty. Also pretty. Okay. Center to center. If you wanted to use tape here, you should if you want to. I'm not going to judge you on that. I usually use tape. I just didn't think about it until like literally 2 seconds ago. So much of my garment making brain doesn't use tape for a lot of things, so it's really hard to be like, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to use it like as a zipper thing, and I'm not going to now. I had options. I think I still might do this as a zipper tab. I'm not sure yet. Oops. Oops. Fix something new. some more. Okay. Cut, 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 cut. All right, so it's now this big circle, and we're going to sew all around the circle because we have this open here, we have the opening here, so we can sew all the way around the top. This is the part where most of my students were like, wait a minute, how's this going to work? And then I'm like, you have to trust the process. Trust. And then they do, and they're like, that's magic. I was like, yes, but no. Yes, but no. It's too funny. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yes, but no. All right. Breathe. Keep breathing. You got to keep breathing. That's what I gotta tell myself. I'm really concentrating. Breathe. Hey, look, it looks like it's good. Feels good. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it feels good. Feels good. It doesn't feel like it caught anything on any of these seams here. Feels good. Feels good. All right, let's see what happens. Feels good. It screams Captain Marvel. I don't know what it does. The colors just scream that to me. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, put everything inside. Oh, shush everything. so now I'm really trying to like push out the seam here, like really push on it to get it to like lay flat. And it is kind of bulky. There's several layers of stuff there, so you could go in and kind of take off, like cut back a couple of the layers to make it not so thick. So I'll probably end up doing that now that I know that everything else looks good. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Just cut away some of that bulk right there, just the layers of it. So all right, so like right here, cut away from there, cut away from there. Okay. So that's good right there. That should leave a lot of that extra bulkiness right in there. I'm gonna have to sweep because this is flying everywhere. It's like, yes. I think I'm having a frenzy chopping. That's like going everywhere. Okay, so that one's there. I'm gonna do this other side. Just the bulkiness right there. Well, those things right there. There we go. To the trash that goes. Now we're going somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna just really push on that seam and then really trying to like work it in to keep everything down. And this is because I like to do my top stitching before I do any of my closings on the inside. I like to have it so that it is lining side out, because like the top needle versus the bobbin is usually a lot better when it comes to just the stitch consistency. On the top looks better than it does sometimes on the bobbin side. So just a preference. Doesn't mean that, you know, however you do it is wrong. It's just my preference. All right. Okay. So I'm really trying to make sure that that's laying nice and flat before I put it under the bed, underneath the thing, so it looks really nice. Okay. All right. Here's nothing. Here's nothing. Almost done. No. Oh no. Don't tell me I did I think I did something really bad. Oh no! No. You guys are probably thinking, like, what are you doing? So I think I put my zipper in the wrong way. And I say that to say, um, so if I were to put my zipper on right now, it's gonna zip up like this, which is awesome. See that? It's awesome. But that means that the zipper is going to be on the inside of the bag rather than on top of the bag. Okay. How'd you fix it? How'd you fix it? Okay. See? Another reason why I don't do closing off anything until after I've done my top stitching. Oh no. I may not be able to finish this tonight. Which means I won't be able to finish it till next week. Because I'm just going for now. Because I'm gonna be gone for the weekend. That's what it was. I put it on this side. On the wrong side. That's what I did. Okay. I figured it out. I figured it out. I know what I did. Okay. I'm so afraid I'm gonna cut my. No. Yes, late night sewing that has gone wrong. Rawr, 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 rawr. Once I get it open enough, then I can really start pulling it open and not nick it with the knife. But I do have to get it started for a little ways. So I do need to have the seam open portion of it. Then I can use the knife. Because now that that's open, I can get it in. I'm going to take my time because this is where when I get starting frustrated, when I get frustrated, then I make a hole in something or I make a hole in the zipper and I have to replace the zipper too. I already have to take off the zipper, but at least I don't have to replace it. Like do the whole 45-degree angle thing and all that other nice stuff, you know. But yeah, so that's what I did. I put it to the right side of the lining rather than the right side to the exterior. It's a very common mistake, at least in my world. Okay. think I'm gonna have to call it quits, guys. I'm getting sleepy. Not really sleepy, but just wanting to relax. Like I said earlier, I couldn't come on from 2 to 4 because of having some effects of like the whole vertigo type of feeling in my body. So, when that happens, it's even hard for me to keep my head up, kind of thing. So it was pretty bad. Check my medicine. Check some anti-nausea medicine. Drink lots of water. But I'm not as affected. I still feel it. It's just not as bad. But the later it gets, the more tired I get, the more I feel it. So, yep. It's a cycle. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So now that I've got it separated, I've got to go through and clean up all of my stitches and stuff. Take the zipper off. Put the zipper onto the right side of this versus this side, and then go from there. So I've got more unstitching to do. Oh goodness. Yep, I did that. I don't like calling it quits, but I know that's probably the best thing to do. Just because it's getting late. It's already 10:30 now. So that means I've been on for 2.5 hours. It's about what my attention span has been the last couple of days. About 2.5 hours, and I start getting tired, and I'm like, I need to lay down. I'm trying to have it not be so tiring, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be sewing, I could be cooking, I could be uh, folding laundry, watching TV, even watching TV. If I'm just sitting there for actually less than that with TV, but I don't watch television like that. Maybe that I'm having to concentrate on and use my brain to think about things. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired now. Okay, so I did that. All right, so I'm going to take this zipper off of here, put it onto the right side on this, right side zipper, right side this, and then redo this whole process that I just did. Hopefully I'll have that done before I leave, but it's probably not going to happen before I leave. So you'll probably see it on next week's sewing chat because I'll be gone to Orlando for 4 days. I'm going to go for Christmas dinner. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting along with me. I am going to go ahead and say good night, and I will finish this hopefully before the next sewing chat so I can show you guys what it looks like. All right. Have a good one. Bye.